What's that in everybody? Thanks for your patience. We're running a little bit late due to me playing around in some Nashville traffic, but I appreciate your patience. Thanks for joining the 210 Block podcast tonight, man. We got my brother, man, again, Brandon, man. He gonna come in. We call him BL. Um, Help us understand a little bit more how the process, how from a dealer's perspective when it comes to buying cars. I know that's something that we eventually do at some point, either use new, buying for our children who just graduated or sweet 16. But sometimes it's best to have the information before you go to the dealership so you know what they're looking for and make sure you're prepared so you can make sure you drive away in something.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So real quick, man, how long you been in the industry?
Oh man, since 2011, 2012. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
13, 14 years you've been doing this thing.
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. On the sales side, since 2013.
Yeah. You got a guest question you already. She said, "Where were you last month?" I think she
Must
was
be
in
your
the
son.
process of, yeah, I think she's in the process of buying the car.
Oh man.
Yeah. But
It's all
man,
good.
so with all your years of experience, man, I'm pretty sure um you have a plethora of knowledge to share. So if someone was coming into the lot, man, just because I know you did drive time first, right?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I
Okay,
did that for
so
about
let's
4
let's go
years.
drive time. So
Okay.
that's a used car dealership. They don't sell new cars, do they?
No, drive time is for like secondary lending, like second chance customers. You had a repo, you know, several repos, or, not so perfect credit. There are a secondary lender that gives you, you get approved, but it's just a matter of how big of a down payment you have to put down and how high that interest rate is going to be.
Okay, so that's drive test. So it's like, will you put CarMax and those type dealerships in that same box?
No, CarMax, because CarMax deals with more than one lender. Uh, Drive Time is only one lender. Their lender, Bridgecrest. It used to be DT Credit. Now it's Bridgecrest, and they and them and Carvana are under the same umbrella.
Carvana.
Hmm.
Okay, is Carvana that that tower of cars?
Yep, they bring it. They put it on a bed and bring it to your front door.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I seen those towers. Now, actually, I seen like a Carvana car lot as well.
They probably got car lots because that's what it started out of. But it's like a giant vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like the vehicle you select, it comes out, they put it on the bed, and everything's done virtually, and literally, you they bring it to your front door on a flatbed.
That is wild.
Hmm.
Oh man, somebody got you said, let me tell you about Carvana. Dot dot dot. Nope, I won't. So apparently she didn't have a good experience. But now
Man,
I'm glad we're having this show, man. So as
yes, sir.
people can take this information, man, and um, enjoy the car buying experience a little bit more.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So if somebody walk into a car dealer, not car dealer, well, car dealership or Carvana or drive time, places like that, like what's some advice you would give somebody going through somebody with a secondary lender like
Well, um, let's talk about Drive Time slash Carvana first.
that? Okay.
Um, those are, they're decent. Don't get me wrong. They'll give you, you'll get approved automatically. It's just a matter of how much you got to put down and how you tier out with them. So the higher your tier, the less money you have to come out of pocket as a down payment. At least that's how it used to be. I'm now about 8 years removed from there, but um, the last I remember, it's the less money down if you have a higher tier, depending how they you tier out with them. So it could be a good situation, and also the higher the tier, the lower the interest rate you get. But most cases, It's going to be a double-digit rate. It's going to be a double-digit rate, man. So,
And by double digit, what you mean?
like 10, 12% starting
Oh,
point.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, on the interest rate. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be a double digit. You know, most people with decent or fair credit, you start, single digit is what you want to shoot for. But in a case like secondary lending, it's they know you are secondary type customer, like second chance, you had a repo before or whatever, so they'll give you the loan, but the higher risk, which is why you get a higher interest rate, because in the bank size, the higher the the higher the risk, the higher the rate. So
Oh, okay.
when your interest rate is higher, they get that money up front. All the money that you paying towards that interest goes to the bank first. They get paid first. Then it goes to the principal.
Yeah. And so by decent or fair credit, we were looking at 7, high 6. Like, what would y'all consider in that arena fair and decent credit?
It really depends because you have different scenarios.
Okay.
Um, you can have a 750 credit score, but you don't have anything on there but a $2,000 credit card.
I got
In the bank size, that's a premature file. You don't have enough history to ask for a 20,000 or $16,000 vehicle, just depending on what you're asking to borrow, because you never borrowed that kind of money. So the bank size, it's a risk, but depending on the vehicle or what you're looking at, they're willing to take the risk depending on what rate you get. So the higher the interest rate, the higher the risk in the bank size.
you.
If that
Okay.
makes sense.
So you gotta have like a history of showing that you can manage your debt.
Yes. So what they look for is how you repay your current debt. That's what most lenders look for. The top three things that weigh heavy on your credit score or your credit profile is mortgage, auto loan, credit cards. How you pay those is determined on how much money the bank is willing to lend you and how good of an interest rate you'll get. Basically, I can borrow this money and I'm good at paying it back on time. That makes sense. Your auto went out a little bit, bro. Yeah, you went dead for a second there. Oh, still can't hear you, bro. Yeah. There you no, still nothing, bro. Yeah, yep.
You still can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear. It's okay. This
All right.
trial and
Technology.
error, bro. We gonna keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Technology will fail you sometimes.
It's all good, bro. That's all right. We gonna keep it going
Okay.
though.
Yes, sir. So how do you feel? Well, not how do you feel? Like, what are your professional opinion about those other style of like car dealerships? More that you see mom and pop style, like you see more of those on the corner highways and on the road. Like, what's the advantages or disadvantages of those type of dealerships?
Well, depends on how big that mom and pop's dealership is, because most of those are what you call buy here, pay here's.
Yeah, yeah.
And most of those buy here, pay here's, it's not really an advantage. It's a situation where you can't get nothing else. They can
Okay.
you can buy through them. In most cases I've seen in my profession or in my years of being in this business, some of them don't even report to the credit bureau. Or they may just report to one credit bureau or two, but not all three, depending on where it's at. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's something new. Okay.
It really just depends, man, on what that store or that dealership or that mom and pop store is offering. But that's why they call buy here, pay here's.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow.
And
Okay.
if you
Hey,
don't,
man.
and if oh sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
No, but I'm saying I'm learning something. I didn't know that was they like say they don't report to all the credit bureaus, man. I thought everybody was playing a fair game, but I didn't know. Okay, so they don't report to all three. Okay.
So Right. So most companies like Buy Here Pay Here's have those low jacks on your vehicles, installed on your vehicles. So if you miss a payment or don't pay, they can turn your car off where it disassemble the ignition and you can't start that car till they get payment. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wow. Okay.
Yeah, bro. They'll cut that mug off and come get it if you can't pay. For real, bro.
Wow. Man,
Because
that
that's why,
okay. That,
yeah, that's why you buy here, you pay here. Long as the payment's good, you can ride. But the minute
okay.
you miss that payment, some of them might give you a grace period. All right, boom. Then we'll put it on the back end. But now the second month in a row, all right, now I have to come see you.
Mm.
So
Wow.
I gotta disassemble that ignition. And wherever
Yeah.
you at, grocery store, church, gas station, you can't move.
Boy, that's wow. I understand they gotta get their money, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's just hearing you say it, you know what I'm saying? Like put it in perspective.
Yeah,
Wow.
bro. Yeah, man. So yes, sir. But a
Okay.
lot of some companies do have GPS tracking systems.
Yeah.
I've seen that in the past where, another kid, they don't disassemble your ignition, but they know where to come get it at if they need to,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's just like we
Yeah.
talked about technology, bro.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah. And I guess a lot of those places they know their clientele. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the good and bad part about like, if you're honest, you're gonna pay your payments on time, but they know a lot of people, man, like they don't have, you know what I'm saying? They taking a chance by giving them a car. Because I remember I did an interview with somebody, man, at work.
Mm.
They had a car, but no driving license. You know what I'm saying? I like, how did you? They're like, yeah, I bought. Like, and I'm just thinking that's what made me laugh when you said that. Like, I know this person don't have a driving license. They but since they had the money, the dealership let them drive off.
It just depends on that dealership. But again, in most cases, if depending on the dealership, if it's a more traditional dealership,
Yeah,
somebody on the loan has to have a driver's license. So it
yeah.
could have been dependent. I don't know that person's situation, but
I
they
think it
may
was one
have
of
been,
those.
yeah, they may have been a co-buyer, and the buyer, because you
Yeah.
can't register a vehicle with no driver's license.
Yeah, that's one of them shady. Okay, I got it. Hey, Stink. My niece said hello. My sister said hello to you as well.
What's
Um,
happening? Oh, Tasha.
man, yeah, that's interesting, bro. Like, don't mind me because I was just thinking, man, around here, there's a plethora of those mom and pop shops. You know what I'm saying? Like, buy here, pay here. You
Same
know,
here.
the
On the street where our dealership is, on one side, you got the traditional side. Dude,
mhm.
it's crazy how I got to drive to where I'm at. The drive time is literally across the street from the dealership I'm working at now. I literally just went right across the street. Literally.
Instead of making a left, you're making a right. Yeah,
Straight across. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was so wow, man. That's amazing, man. To know, like, I'm still floored by that. They
Yeah,
can
bro.
turn your car off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's wow. But I understand though, they got to get what's there. So if you ain't making them payments, they're coming for it.
They gotta protect those company assets, bro.
Yeah, and they do that at all costs.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And what type of dealership? You said drive time, and those like a secondary dealership. So what would like you? What category? How would you explain like the Ford dealership you work at?
Because most people label it as a traditional dealership,
Or traditional? Okay.
Yeah, traditional.
Okay.
Then you have, secondary dealerships such as like companies like Drive Time or Carvana. And then you
Mhm.
have your buy here, pay here's like what we talked about.
Yeah.
If you ever heard of JD Buy Rider,
Yeah.
that'll be in the same category as Drive Time.
Okay. Okay.
It's not mom and pops, but they have their own finance institution. You finance only with them. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your buy here, pay here's where you pay it. You got to go to the dealership to mail it to
Mhm.
make that payment to keep your car. But yeah,
Wow.
but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So now we done leveled up. Now I'm ready to go to a traditional. dealership, like what's some of the not just the benefits, but like some of the I guess I would say benefits. So like, what do I need to do to get myself prepared to enjoy a traditional dealership vehicle?
Well, uh, first and foremost, what I like to educate our people on is the basics. So at least, your pay stub, your last two pay stub, how long have you been on your job?
Okay.
Okay. Last two pay stubs. Um, Most recent pay stubs. Start there. Proof of where you live, a utility bill, or a bank statement dated within the last 30 days that has your current address. In most cases, most people's addresses on their pay stub. So some
Mhm.
banks count that as both proof of income and proof of residency. And
Okay.
then at least in your mind have at least $1,000 to $2,000 saved up as a down payment. That
Okay.
that where when you walk into the dealership, they know you're serious. This is what I'm bringing to the table. I know my
Okay.
situation. I know, this is my first time trying to buy a car. You know, this is the basics I want to know. I got $1,000 to $2,000 to put down. I have my proof of income.
Okay.
Here's my last two recent pay stubs. I have proof of residency. Here's my valid driver's license. What can I do for the most part?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, is it a in the system? So the longer you stay somewhere, does that works in your benefit? Is it better to have a home than an apartment? Does that matter? How does that work?
No, that part doesn't matter. They're just looking for stability, you know.
Okay.
And just like, and I'm going to run cross reference in like a mortgage, like when you go to look for a house, they look for at least 2 years of employment history. And you
Okay.
live at with auto loans, they want to see you, at least you live in stability. You've lived at current address for at least a year or two,
Okay.
on average.
Okay. Okay. So I didn't know that either. Okay. So it doesn't matter between house and apartment, but they're looking
Mhm.
for you to like I said, stay there for a little minute. Like you're not hopping from a place to place to place. Okay, stability. Now I kind of can guess why, but why is that important to them?
Well, you think about it, you're asking to borrow money. Let's
Yeah.
take the car out of the equation, the
Hmm.
dollar amount. You're asking to borrow, let's just use a reasonable in the first time buyer's number. You're looking to borrow 25 grand.
Okay.
You've never borrowed 25 grand. Let's pretend you're the bank. I'm the person that wants to apply for to get $25,000 from you. I
Hmm.
want to know how I'm going to get. Are you going to be able to pay me my money back?
Okay.
So I need to know:
Yeah.
do you have stability? Do you have a
I'm with
valid
you.
job? How long have you been on your job? Where do you stay? How long have you stayed there?
Yeah.
Do you got a driver's license? Do you got some valid insurance? Because I know you have an auto loan. You're
Mm.
looking to get an auto loan. You're gonna need full coverage.
Yeah.
That's how. If I take the car out of the equation, let's just talk money.
Yeah.
Boom. You've never borrowed this kind of money before, and you're asking the first time to borrow this kind of money. I need to
Okay.
know everything I need to know about you.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense, man. So I'm glad I asked. That way, have a better understanding.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
most definitely.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
when we come in 2000, first the deal. So I know there's a program, for first time home buyers. Is there a
Mhm.
program also for first time car buyers?
There is some manufacturers have those programs, like they'll give extra incentives. Let's just say Ford or Nissan or Chevy, they may have an extra incentive. Hey, your first time car buyer, here's an extra rebate that we're doing for this discount during this period. But for the most part, it's all about the bank and the lender because they're the ones giving the money. So
Oh, okay.
you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for it goes back to what I said before, this is what I'm bringing to the table. This is my first time trying to buy a car. I want to at least bring this kind of money to the table to show I got some skin in the game, how serious I am. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not coming to the table empty-handed expecting you to give me the world.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. Like I said, man, it's making sense, man. Yeah.
have to make it sense because how we're how this dialogue's going. When I was on the sales floor, that's exactly how I talk to people.
Okay.
I try to break it down,
Okay.
especially
So,
especially. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
is it a? I know I do the own thing.
No, you're
No, I
good,
know
bro.
home
You're
mom
good.
and pop do their thing. Then you have the second time buyer, the second program. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. So is it a particular? Because I know it fluctuates, and I know it's kind of like a vague question,
No, you good.
sort of. As far as like credit score when it comes to buying cars, like if I might walk into your Ford dealership, first time buying a car, you know what I'm saying? They may have the 2000, and they may have the resident part where they've been living in the house for 3 years, been on the job for 3 years. How does
Mhm.
the credit score go into effect with this?
Well, they'll look at your credit bureau. They'll submit it over, pull your credit, and look at your three credit score bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And
Okay.
they'll know based off your credit report, okay, this is a first time buyer. Sometimes it won't show a score, or sometimes it'll show just a generic score because there's not enough history to generate a score.
Wow.
So they know, okay, this is a first time buyer. So hey, most most professional dealerships have been doing this long enough. They'll know which banks that they have relationships with that can get this loan bought with this lender.
Mm, okay.
So, because what you don't want is to walk in there and they shotgun your credit. They select all and send it to everybody,
Gotcha.
and then that just drove. If you ain't got no score, it's gonna be in the tank because you got all these inquiries. You get to the but they just select all and whoever. What's the best analogy I can use? They just throw stuff on the wall, whatever sticks. Okay, we gotta buy. Okay,
Wow.
what is our okay? And then you get that one bank or a couple banks that say, hey, we'll give a loan, but this is the requirement. Here's the stipulations. We need proof of income.
Mm-hmm.
We need proof of residency. We need $1,500 down. And this is the rate we're going to give them, and this is the term we're going to give them. Term is,
Mm.
60 months, 72, etc.
Yeah.
So now that we have an approval, okay, bam. Now that's what we work with.
Okay. Okay. And so when I make the payment, is it the same as a second lender where if it's like the interest rate I'm paying that first before I go to the principal?
Yeah, what right. That's
Okay.
anytime you pay interest, you're going to pay towards the bank, towards the interest versus the principal. That's why the higher the interest rate, the more money that's going towards the bank before you
Yeah.
get to the principal. The lower the interest rate, the closer you get to that principal number.
Okay. Okay.
Because the principal is the true balance.
I got you. Yeah. The bank just said, I'm willing to give you the 8,000, but I got to tack on an extra 10% to make sure, we get ours because we taking this risk on you.
Yep. So if you're
Okay.
just making your regular payments, a portion depending on your interest rate, that percentage is going towards interest, and the rest of
Mm-hmm.
it's going towards principal. The higher the
Right
interest
on.
rate, the more money going towards the interest rate versus the principal. The lower the
Okay.
interest rate, the more money going towards principal.
Okay. So how do you feel, or what's your recommendations on somebody making two payments a month as possible?
If you can afford to do it, yeah, that would be equivalent to somebody trying to make a.
Are you breaking?
Can you hear me now?
No, you
You
said
broke
gonna.
up.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, there you go.
I'm listening. I can hear you.
Okay, that will be equivalent to somebody. Let's use. Let's jump to a mortgage. They switched
But
their payment.
technology, boy, they fighting us tonight. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now you just froze. All right, now you loading. There you go.
About to say I'm still
Technology
live on
fighting us,
my
boy.
end.
Yeah, it's
It's all
technology,
good.
but we won't let it win. But go ahead, I'm listening.
No, we won't. So I'll start over. So to answer your question, If somebody made double payments, that was your question, right?
Yeah.
If you can afford it, yeah, because you're paying the car off quicker. So that's why, for example, I'm glad you asked that. That's why companies like DriveTime set your payments up bi-weekly, because most people are paid bi-weekly.
Okay.
But on the flip side of that, you make your payments based off of how you get paid, because there's a difference between bi-weekly and semi-monthly.
All right, talk to me.
So bi-weekly, there's 52 weeks in a year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On a bi-weekly pay schedule, there's 26 paychecks per year.
Okay.
In a semi-monthly, it's 24 paychecks per year.
What other two went?
Because in a bi-weekly pay schedule, think about it. If you're paid bi-weekly twice a year, you get 3 checks in 1 month.
I'm with you.
That's where those 2 extra come from.
Okay.
So again,
yeah, like we get an extra paycheck in August. Yeah, I feel you.
So there's a difference between bi-weekly and semi-monthly. And then if you're paid monthly, that's just what it is. So it's versus 26 payments a year versus 24 payments a year versus 12 payments a year.
That's what's up. Okay. Man, I'm learning tonight. Okay, so when I go to a car dealership, they ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing.
Man, ace in the hole, man. Ace in the hole.
Yeah.
It's like playing poker, bro. That's all it is. Well, I deal with it all the time at work, when I was on the floor. But yeah, man. But to answer your question, yeah, that it's like, so if let's just say if you have a monthly car payment and you're trying to make it double or break it up into bi-weekly payments, over time you're paying on the loan quicker because you're putting more money towards that principal over time. Now it will be also, let's look at it from a mortgage standpoint, where most mortgages are 30-year mortgages. Some people will take a 30-year mortgage, but pay it like a 15-year mortgage to double up to get it paid off quicker, if you can afford to do that.
I want you.
Right, but that's why another answer is that's why most people take the longest term possible. The average longest term on a loan is 6 years, 72 months. Most people take the longest term. There are very few that do 84 months. But 72 is the longest term, but they'll pay it like a 60-month loan term or 48-month loan term to pay it off quicker.
Okay. And so if I'm making double payments, does that help my credit any, or it's just
most definitely.
It just helps with it? Okay.
Most definitely, but you don't want to pay it off too quick, because again, they want to see over time how you paying your payment history. So if you pay it off too quick, sometimes you may pay it off too quick where it doesn't help your credit score.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's wild.
So I'll give you an example. Let's just say you take a 60-month loan on a vehicle and you pay it off in 18 months. Or you pay it off in 2 years versus 5 years. Sometimes that can hurt you versus help you, because they want to see you make those payments. They want to build that history, that payment history up. So now, once you pay this loan off, because you went through the payment history, when you go to ask for another loan, I'll give it to you. Hey, you want more this time? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you paid this off. Think about it. That's why when you look at, let's use credit cards, for example. When you pay off a first balance, what they do, increase your spending.
Yeah. Congratulations. So we have increased your spending.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Same game, just a different tool or a different product.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
Man, boy, I appreciate that. That knowledge is key.
Just FYI, I have no visual of you. I hear you, but I don't see you.
Really? I can see you. You can see me. Hold on a second. What about now?
Nope.
All right. Well, long as you hear me, because I can see you.
That's crazy, because all I see is Jordan. Nothing else, but okay.
Yeah. Like you said, dog, we ain't letting technology win tonight.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Man. So any more tidbits or pieces of knowledge man you gain over these years, man, that the listeners can find great benefit in?
Oh, most definitely, man. Man, I could go on for hours, but I'm not gonna do that. So,
Yeah.
um, I'll just highlight key points, man. For one, most people, most things, what I do, my people, I try to tell them if you're a member of a credit union, preferably a credit union, or you have your own bank, set up your own financing, secure your own financing before going into the dealership, because you eliminate the dog and pony show, the back and forth, the negotiation, because everybody wants a discount. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
When you come in, my price can be lower than low, but I'm still want a discount. I'm still going. They're still gonna ask me, and I know you can do better than that. Give me your best price, But that's what I would. That's the biggest advice I tell. If you have a member of a credit union, because most credit union rates are fixed, and they give you the best for based off of what your credit profile is, how long you've been a member with them, the perks of being a member. You get all of those when you're a member of a credit union. So most people will have their finances. Hey, you're back again. Gotcha. There you go. Most people will have, their financing set up. Hey, I got Navy Federal Credit Union. Most veterans, I got Navy Federal Credit Union already, or I got USAA, or both. I can do either one. Um, what's a in Nashville? What's a stamped credit union that everybody uses a lot up down there? Or up
I
there?
know one I drive past over there's like a Sin. There's a Sin credit union.
Okay, I know here a lot of people use state employees credit union here, or SECU, or Low Country Federal Government Credit Union, which is under the same umbrella. So I tell people, either there, a lot of people that are on that South Carolina border, they may use Founders Federal Credit Union. Hey, go see when you thinking about shopping for a car, or you in the go to your local credit union, see what you can get approved for first. Get all of that out the way. So now
Okay.
you have, because you're going to get the best rate possible. The only way they can earn your business is if they can match or beat your rate that you currently have.
Okay.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's the only
Yeah.
way I'm willing to give you my credit, because again, they're going to send you to multiple lenders. Now
I'm with you.
here's another tidbit that people don't understand, and this is game for free 99. uh, most people get most people with good credit or decent credit, they're very anal about having their credit ran because of inquiries and the fear of their credit score being lowered. If you have your credit pulled and you purchase within 27 to 30 days of having your credit pulled, when it doubles back around, it'll count as one inquiry. If you do
Okay.
not buy and you go shopping from dealership to dealership, and you had 5 different dealerships run your credit score, and you didn't buy anything, when that 27 to 30-day window roll around to report to your bureau again, it's going to show multiple inquiries, and then you're going to see a drastic decrease in your credit score because of inquiries. Because not every dealership uses the same banks.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, because you have prime lenders, and you have secondary lenders.
Okay.
Your prime lenders are your number one banks, your Wells Fargo, Bank of America, uh, Ally Financial, JP Morgan Chase, um, Truist Bank, which used to be SunTrust, Truist Bank. I think BB&T and SunTrust merged, and now it's Truist. Those are what you call prime lenders. Then you have secondary lenders like Santander, Exeter, Regional Acceptance, Westlake Financial. Most of those banks are called secondary lenders for people who have less than perfect credit. They'll get a loan at a traditional dealership. They'll get a loan, but it's going to be an interest rate that's going to be high. May not be as high as drive times, but at least you got a better opportunity, and you know that they're reporting to all 3 bureaus.
Okay. That's pretty dope, man, to learn. Okay, that's how that works.
Yep.
So you can shop around for a car if you got great credit. But like I said, if you don't want them dinging, you need to make a purchase. But then, like, it's you that's like, okay, don't just be out here just going from Kia to Toyota to Ford, and you know what I'm saying, they dinging you, you ain't purchased nothing. Okay.
Because the biggest misconception is you went to Kia, they approved you, they gave you an approval for a car. It ain't the car you like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over here to Ford because they got this.
Yeah.
And seems like if I got an approval over here, I can get one over here.
Yes, sir.
But they may not get you approved with the same bank over there that you got over here.
Okay.
And now you in the dealership looking foolish. Because man, well, I went over to so and so, they got me. You arguing with the people, and we just trying to tell you, hey, bro, this is two different scenarios, my guy. Two different cars, two different price ranges.
Okay.
Well, man, my cousin, man, my credit way better than him, and he drove off with a Dodge Charger, a Scat Pack. Well, what you don't know is your cousin probably got his mama or grandmother co-sign on that car with good credit, so he can pull off the lot. That's the part he didn't do.
Yeah. Which that makes sense, man. Okay. Yeah. So that means, you know, that's great advice, man. But especially about the credit union part, go ahead and get an account with them. So when it's time to come buy a car, you got the check in hand, or you know you got pre-approved for the 15 to 20,000. So that means me and the dealership ain't got to go back and forth. I already have my money. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to my credit union. Y'all do what y'all do in the back office so I can drive with my car. That's okay.
Yeah, because the check say you got a check in hand. Listen, it's got to be here. That's what most people do the negotiation. They know in their pocket, my bank approved me for 30 grand. So I want this car, and we're at 32,999 or 33 out the door. I'm asking you for a $3,000 discount because my bank's giving me 30 grand. I can only go up to 30 grand.
Okay.
So, but because I've been doing this so long, when somebody's stuck on a number like that, the first thing I'm going to ask as a seasoned veteran, where are you getting this number? Why is it that you have to get to this even number?
Yeah.
Is that what your bank approved you for? Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what my bank gave me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Now, here's another tidbit too on the flip side. Let's just say you go to your credit union. You don't get a loan. You go to a traditional dealership. You get hit with a secondary approval from a secondary lender with a higher interest rate. But because you have a great relationship with your credit union, after about a good 6 months to 12 months perfect pay history, on time, everything, you can go back to your credit union and refinance to get a lower interest rate.
Okay.
Now, there's pros and cons. If you do that, you're going to start your loan over because they're going to start the loan over from again, because if you stretch the term, you're going to get a lower rate and a lower payment because you're stretching the term back. You're pretty much starting over, like when somebody refinances a mortgage.
Okay.
You're starting this loan over here with this bank now at a lower interest rate, so your payment's going to be lower.
I'm with you.
But you've been paying on you've made a year's worth of payments on a 16% interest rate, and now you're getting 9 over here at the credit union.
I'm with you. Okay. So it's starting over. So that money that I paid a year into, that what is that just lost money, or does that still go toward the principal, or how does that work?
Well, what it does is what your credit unions do is they're going to get a payoff, cut your current lender a check for the balance you owe up until that point, and then now that loan's paid off because now you're starting over here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because they got to get the titles, because you're just swapping titles. So this bank had the title to the car because that's who the lien was on. Well, now you refinance it with your credit union. So now the credit union has to send that bank the full amount that you owe them so they can get the title and bring it over here to the credit union. So now when I pay off my car with the credit union, they give me the title, they release the lien, take their name off of it, and they mail me my title in the mail. Or
I'm with it. Okay.
I paid my mortgage, my last mortgage payment. Now they got to send me the deed to the house. Same
Okay.
concept.
Oh man, I'm so glad we're having this conversation.
Brother,
Okay.
man, I'm working on something right now where I do this at my alma mater with my younger chapter bros to have a program where I educate people, younger people, especially college students, on this stuff because they're the target audience. Think about it. They target college students with credit cards.
Yeah.
Credit cards. And if
Yeah.
you know, oh man, I'm in college, you ain't got no job, but if somebody give you a $10,000 credit or an $8,000 credit card, they setting you up for failure if you don't know how to manage it.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Man. Okay. Man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, bro. It's so much. Like I said, man, there's so many scenarios I've seen in my years of doing this. I just try to give people the best scenarios and tell them how not to end up like, oh, they went there, they told me this, and end up like the stigma of the car business. Because most people, when they walk into a car dealership, they feel like they're getting taken advantage of. That's just the stigma, bro.
Yeah.
Because the aura or the stigma of janky car salesmen back in the day,
Yeah.
when you didn't have computers and you didn't have social media. So whatever that sticker price is on that car, they probably done marked it up. You negotiate down to their price and thinking you won, but they already won because they marked the car up and y'all just argue down to the price they want. They still made money. but this was before the internet.
Yeah.
But now on the internet, everybody can shop everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes my job the way it is. I have to put my best price on the internet for you to even look at me. Mr. Customer,
Yeah.
you're calling me from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You mean to tell me how many Ford dealerships between Albuquerque, New Mexico and Charlotte, North Carolina, and you calling me
Yeah.
because I'm the highest priced? I think not. You're calling me
Correct.
because you saw my price and now you still want to negotiate. So
Yeah.
the fact that you told me, well, yeah, it's priced right. When you told me the price is right, the negotiation tax is out the window because you're calling me because of my price. That's what it is because everybody shops price now, bro.
Yeah.
Some people don't even look at the Carfax and they just see price. I call. I want it.
Yeah.
So my favorite one I use, and I learned this from my director who sits next to me. I learned a lot from him working in the internet sales department. He said, Mr. Customer, if you go to Walmart and you're looking at an $800 TV and you got $500 in your pocket, which TV you walking out with, sir?
Yeah.
The $500 TV. Unless you put that $500 down as a down payment and put the rest on the layaway, that other $300 to get that $800 TV.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
That's real talk,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and to be honest, man, it's funny you said it because that relate to my business. People will see our price online. Can I get a such and such? That there's a discounted rate. Like, guess what you're calling me for? Like, either you gonna book or not. Like, I don't. Can I get a AAA rate? That is a AAA rate. Like, what more you want me to do? Like, you see the discounted rate because it says discount rate. You think you want AAA on top of military? You know what I'm saying? Like, either you're gonna come stay with me tonight, or you can go down the road to somebody else.
Jordan, it goes back to one thing, bro. Everybody wants something for nothing.
Yeah.
That's what most people want, something for nothing. They want you to give it away.
Yeah. 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 Like, man, that's funny you say that, man. Because that is so true. You know, people are coming downstairs. If we could compare stories, it's like they'd be like, my water didn't get hot enough, or my toilet did something, it filled, slow. Like, all right, so did you call us to fix it? Well, no, it was too late. Like, well, so now you want us to haggle on the back end? That's what they'll say. They haggle us on the back end.
Because
y'all can haggle on the front end. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's their way of negotiating.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. I hear it all, bro.
Yeah.
I hear it all on the end.
Yeah.
Y'all prices low. Well, this one got a certain amount of miles on it, and this one got it. Well, sir, the truck at I'm looking at the truck at yours, and I'm looking at the truck local here, and it's the same truck. I should buy local. Well, sir, tell you what, sir, if they're offering just did they give it to you in writing? Well, no, he told me over the phone. Well, I can't justify comparing apples to apples if he just told you over the phone. At least I sent it to you in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same truck though. Really? Well, send me the VIN number, sir. Let me pull the window stickers and compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
Oh, their car $3,000 cheaper because it's a 2-wheel drive versus my 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Or their truck has cloth seats. Mine has leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 That's wild, man. Yeah, we could. Oh my God.
Cards, bro. I pull cards with that all day. So send me the VIN number, sir. I can look up the window sticker. I'll just pull the window sticker. Compare apples to apples. Cause man, it all boils down to one thing. Everybody wants something for nothing. Everybody want to negotiate to feel like they won. They won, sir. You're already getting the discount. I have to put the lowest price on the website for you to even click and look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I was just thinking, man, how I had one guy. That's like I said, it's funny how we're in two different industries, but the same situations. We have one guy. We have a hotel shuttle that runs to Opryland and downtown Broadway, for the guests. Why can't y'all take them to the airport? Sir, we don't go to the airport. That's not what we told you. We said downtown and Opry. Well, I don't see why y'all can't. I said, sir, there's a fee that all hotels have to pay to be able to drop off and pick up at the airport. Are you willing to pay that fee? Well, no. I said, all right, well, what you want to do is you want to stay with a hotel that has airport shuttle. We do not provide airport shuttle. You can't make us go somewhere that we can't go. Like somebody can't make your prices go as low as they want them to go. Like, dude, at the end of the day, like, this truck is worth this, but it got the bells and whistles, got the 4-wheel drive, the leather seats, the OnStar, the Bose system, you know what I'm saying, got the extra leg room in the back seat. Everybody got cooling seats, and yet you want to compare it to a 2012 Ford F-150. So it's not even the same.
Man, I hit them between the eyes. I'll tell you what, Mr. Customer, let me find you something that's budget friendly for you. It falls in budget. That's the indirect way to say, let me find you something cheaper so I can stay in the price. Well, no, I don't want that. I can afford it. What you saying? I can't afford it? Sir, that's not what I'm saying. But you have a price point that you're trying to be at. I have other inventory that fits that price point. Now, what are you willing to compromise on? Do you have to have leather seats? Do you have to have 4-wheel drive? Do you live in the mountains, sir? Or do you live on flat land? Because are you towing? Are you not towing? Well, I'm not towing nothing heavy. Perfect. You don't need 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, because 2-wheel drive, you can tow more with 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive, sir. Really? Yeah.
Oh man, I love it, man. Man, that's why it's good to know, man. Because most people would assume since you got 4-wheel drive, we can just tow a lot more.
Bro, if you were in a snowstorm, 4-wheel or 2-wheel ain't gonna help you, bro. Because you'll be slipping and sliding regardless. You can have 8-wheel drive, bro. You driving on ice or slick or black ice, bro, you sliding, bro. 4-wheel drive, you gonna be slipping and sliding, bro. It ain't gonna help you, bro.
It's not, because once you hit that patch, bro, it is what it is. You got to pray for a great outcome.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, man. One last, man. I can't believe we done been doing this for 50 minutes. Like this,
bro. In good times, man. Hey, like I said, I'm good, man. I can do this all night, bro. And like I said, I don't know what your time window is, but I'll throw in one more because I don't want to go on a tangent, not a tangent, but a long run. But the thing that I try to help most with when I see parents or kids, especially our people who send their kids in to the dealership to buy a car with no knowledge of anything, but yet they're coaching from the side, but they're not going in there with them. Well, you go up there by yourself, but I ain't co-signing for you. And then you have the parent or the uncle or whoever coaching the person, but you're not here to help them get what they need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's, for example, anytime I see a kid come in here, I look at the driver's license. Okay, you're 2021, and we have a Dodge. Most I hate the stigma, but it's real. A Dodge Charger or a Challenger sitting on the lot. We already know what kind of clientele that attracts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you come in. This kid comes in, sits down. Hey man, I want to get this Charger. Okay, cool. All right. First thing I'm asking, who's helping you buy this? Are you doing this, on your own? Is your parent helping you? Well, my mom's willing to co-sign if I need her. Okay, cool. All right. Tell you what, before we get started, let's get mom on the phone. Let's go ahead and get mom on the phone. Ma'am, how are you? I'm not even going to talk to him at this point. I'm talking to the parent. Put it on speakerphone. Ma'am, what are we trying to accomplish here, ma'am? My name is so-and-so. I'm assisting your son here in the dealership. Or dad, I'm assisting your son here in the dealership. What are we trying to accomplish? Well, he wanted to get a car and his payments don't need to be so-and-so this and this, that. Okay, not a problem. Now, let me ask you this. How much financial contribution or what is your financial goal or contribution to help get us down to that payment expectation? Well, I don't have any money to get him. He said he saved up so-and-so. He got $1,000 and he's looking at this, this Charger y'all got on the lot. Okay, cool. Are you going to help him? Has he ever bought a $25,000 car before? Well, no. Okay. Young man, how long, or young lady, how long have you been in your job? Well, I just started at, Chick-fil-A. I've been there for 2 months. So that in my mind, I'm checking off boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. And we go down the list and I'm saying, well, Mr. Customer, the bank's going to request somebody with a mature file to go on the loan. He's not going to be able to get this on by himself because he's never borrowed this kind of money. Somebody, they're going to want a qualified co-signer that can help with this. Is that something you're willing to do? Well, no, I can't co-sign for him. I can't co-sign for him. I already co-signed for his brother.
Yeah.
I already co-signed for his sister too. So boom, mama got 2 open auto loans that she's joined on. Or daddy got 2 open auto loans. And here come the baby brother.
Yeah.
His turn around. And now, but it's all lack of knowledge, man. Because in their minds, well, that ain't my car. I just co-sign for him. I don't make the payment. Doesn't matter. When you go to get in your situation, talk about the parent and the parent car in the situation where they need a car. They already have 2 open auto loans that their kids are driving, and they don't have something. Wow. So now they can't get a regular open auto loan by themselves because they already have 2 joint open auto loans. And the bank says, well, hey, we'll give you a loan, but you have to trade in one of those open autos that you have.
Man, you dropping jewels tonight. I didn't know that. Okay. It makes sense though. How you explain it, man. You're talking in terms that, it just makes sense when you think about what you're saying.
It's all of lack of knowledge, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know this. My granddaddy, you remember my grandparents, we talked about them on the last one, man. But the stuff they were saying to me, I didn't understand until I became grown about this. And granddaddy was stickler for that. Knowing how to buy a car, teaching me what to look for mechanically, and but when it came to numbers, that's one thing, granddaddy. All right, this is how you handle business. Even before I even got in the car business, but I didn't think I needed it then until I got into the car business. Like, wow, this is what he was talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, it's so much, man, so much avenue, so much information I can give. But I would tell anybody, bro, just go into the dealership with realistic expectations. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised, Jordan. People come in here, I ain't got no money down. I'm looking at this $60,000 F-150. I got 2 repos, and I can only afford a $300 a month payment. What I'm supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to do with that, bro? Sir, unless you have a qualified cosigner and you got about the vehicle 60, you're gonna need about 40 grand down for the bank to even look at you, because now you're only financing 20 grand.
Wow. Because them 2 repos, got some weight to it. Dang.
Again, risk.
Yeah.
The risk is high because you didn't pay the last 2 banks. What makes you think you gonna pay me? So okay, I'll give you a loan. I'll give you a loan, but I'm gonna require 80% up front. I want 80%. I want 80% down up front.
Yeah.
And you finance the other 20% and get a short loan term and pay it off in 4 years. Yeah.
Boy, you teaching and okay, it makes sense. Okay. Man, I appreciate you, man. Like that's definitely something, man. This is gonna be a show I come back to often, man, before I, I'm gonna pull shout out to not shout out, but heard about a young man from Cosby dying. And as you talking, I'm thinking about that episode where Bill Cosby went to the
yes, I know
dealership.
I know where you're going. Yes, and you have to have a real life moment with him. That was my granddaughter, bro. That was my team, bro. That was my granddaughter.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. You got my number, bro. Whether it's you, anybody, I'd love to give this information because, like I said, man, the knowledge is, there's an old African proverb that says to not to know is good, but not to want to know is dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The information's there. I'm gonna end on this note, bro. And it was surreal for me, but I've seen it transpire before me so many times. When you have somebody that has good credit, they know they have good credit. Mm-hmm. They have buying power. They can buy whatever they want. And sometimes it shows, whether it's cockiness, whether it's, how they talk to you. I can buy whatever I want, whatever. Dealt with every type of customer. But most people who have great credit, they already know what they want. They just, hey, I can do this. I can do this. I want your truck. You know what I'm saying? I really want to get it. But, here's what I'm offering. And if it's reasonable, we know we can do it. But if it's not reasonable, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But like I say all that to say most people with great credit, they know they have buying power, so they move different.
Okay.
Jordan, I kid you not, bro. I seen a perfect 900 credit score.
That's dope.
I've seen a perfect 900 credit score. It's the highest credit score I've ever seen. It's perfect. 900 is perfect.
Jeez. I got a little work to do.
Bro, we all do, bro. Yeah. But, that customer was, older. He was helping out his granddaughter at the time. This was the year when I first got to the Ford dealership. And I just remember pulling that thing, and when he pulled that thing, I looked at it. I just sat there and stared at it. It's like, bro, how can you get a perfect 900 credit score? Up until that point, the highest one I seen was like an 890 or 893 or something like that. But, bro, 900? Yeah. Real MVP, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. That says my mark. Give me a minute. I'm coming.
And we all striving for greatness, bro. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, man. But I thank you, man, for one being able to pivot last minute, man. And, something I know we hit on last time you was on about doing a podcast about car buying, because that's the industry you're in. You've been doing it for so long. So it just so happened opportunity present itself. Like, you know what? Let's circle back around real quick. To have this show, man. I appreciate you. Tell your wife and your daughter, I thank you for allowing me an hour of your time, man. I don't know if you cook supper or not. Oh, no, I know you're doing intermittent fasting, but I don't know if you still got to feed your family tonight supper. But I just want to say, man, thank you again.
My window closed, though.
Yeah.
There's water for me.
Yeah, man. So again, man, I appreciate you so much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love you, man. I'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir. Tenfold, brother. Love you too.
All right.